welcome to Reality Tea Times 2, the podcast where we discuss all the trash reality TV we love to hate. I am Tanika, and today we're going to be discussing the very first episode of Sister Wives, and I do have a guest on this one. Letitia's here again to discuss this nonsense with this show. So, usually these are considered more bonus episodes, so there's not going to be any hot goss, no ads, nothing. It's just going to be straight into the episode. Now, just as a disclaimer, if anyone hasn't watched B90, hasn't watched Toe, the latest episodes of those, of course, I have not done my own, the regular episodes for those yet. Those are coming soon, though. We do talk about that a little bit towards the end, so if you don't want to be spoiled or any means, you can probably just end the podcast at that point. We do go through all Sister Wives first, and then we talk about that towards the end. So, just as a disclaimer, I just wanted to mention that. But without further ado, let's hop into Sister Wives. All right, so here we are talking Sister Wives, the new season. And if you could hear, we have Letitia with us again to talk this nonsense. These people. Now, the biggest thing with this, like, I didn't know exactly where we were going to be in the timeline, but I wasn't expecting end of 2022.
Neither was
I
I.
know we talked about that too. And I'm just like, okay.
Yep.
Like, I don't know how far ahead we're going to end up. Like, we're saying that this is literally a week after Meri had the conversation with Kody and Robyn. This is like only a year after Christine has left.
Yep.
And she left in 2021. So we're far behind here.
Very.
This is a lot of the same shit, but we're gonna quickly go through it. Not like recapping it, we're just talking about what's kind of happened. So the very first thing that Kody says in this, that I'm like, here we go again, is he says, well, I wouldn't say I'm divorced from Meri, but we're not married. So then,
what are you?
So what are you? Because of all intents and purposes, you were married to this woman.
Thank you.
Despite how the fact you want to rewrite history at this point, you were married. You're no longer together. So then that would mean you are divorced.
Thank you.
Like, what drives me nuts about him is the fact that he does want to rewrite history, saying he never loved her, this and that. And I'm just like...
And he's full of shit.
He's full of shit, my guy. Now, I do understand in the Mormon faith that maybe some people will rush into marriage because, you know, the whole premarital sex of it all. Fine. But I don't believe you didn't love her.
Oh, he loves her.
Or he did. If he doesn't now, fine, but you did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And, like, I feel like it completely invalidates their relationship. They had a child.
Yep.
And I remember back from their first season, he was contemplating or figuring out a way that they could have another child.
Yep.
And this was back in, 2010? So it's just like, okay, if you didn't love her, then why would you want to then have another child with her?
Thank you.
Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, she's the reason you didn't, because she said no. So, what?
Exactly.
And, like, I saw the way he was with her, because I didn't watch religiously in the beginning.
Right.
I saw bits and pieces. My mom was watching, so I probably saw things from her watching it, but I remember seeing how he was with her, and I'm just like, you can't make me think that you did not love her.
He did. He definitely did.
Like, there's a choice line that she'll have later on that I'm like, that's fucking gold. We'll talk about that towards the end. But Robyn, funnily enough, never cried once during this episode. That's a first. I was a little afraid there in the first like 5 minutes that she was going to cry, but she didn't.
Mhm.
That deserves a round of applause, Robyn. That really does. Um,
Dad.
yeah, you didn't cry. Um, but so do we see them kind of going to Coyote Pass, I guess trying to figure out whether or not they're still going to build on Coyote Pass, how Coyote Pass is going to look, whatever. Um, and he kind of can tell like he doesn't want anything to do with it at this point. I think he kind of wants to let it go, which I think actually makes the most sense.
I agree with him with that one. That's the one
I
thing.
do.
Let it go.
It makes no sense. What's the point of having this huge ass property
Yeah.
for you and Robyn?
But Robyn wants to build.
Of course, Robyn wants to build.
Yeah.
100% she wants to build.
Where's the money coming from, Robyn?
They can't even pay off the property.
Thank you.
But she, for some reason, thinks that Meri still wants to build on the Kody Pass.
No, she does not. She made it very clear.
Well, not about Kody Pass, but she does say to us, the viewer, that she wants nothing to do with it. But she hasn't said that to them yet.
Uh-huh.
And
But even Kody was just
Cody,
like, what made you think
what
that?
makes you think that? Why would you think like Robyn wants to make fetch happen, and it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Like, let it go. And that's the biggest thing. I think Christine was so right when she says Robyn needs to let Meri go and live her life.
Absolutely.
Stop holding on to these things that no longer exist.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're not happy being in a monogamous relationship with this man, either A, he needs to find more wives, or B, you need to leave him. Those are your options.
What did Meri's friends say? That he has the opportunity to
Have more
have other
wives.
wives.
Yeah, but I don't think he wants to live polygamous.
No.
He said that many times that he wants nothing. Again, he'll have a line here that I'm just like, you cannot be serious. Well, again, we'll get to that because I wrote it down. We'll get to that. So Meri, she's like, we're divorced legally, and they've been legally divorced for years now.
Yeah.
But spiritually, that's still a process. Now, I don't know how long a spiritual marriage is supposed to be donezo or something. Like, how long does that take? But for Harry and what's her face and Love After Lockup, it took no time.
Well, remember, what's her face was saying that the marriage is not final until you sleep with somebody else. Remember, Robyn said that.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
In the Mormon faith.
Yeah, in the Mormon faith, it's not over until you sleep with somebody else.
But Christine, because I was more direct about Christine didn't subscribe to that. And I don't know if Meri necessarily subscribes to that because this is a new Meri. She's had it.
Oh yeah, she's shut up.
She's done.
Oh
yeah. But again, it's like, no, I'm and again, this feels so patriarchal. My life isn't dictated by a man. It shouldn't have to take me sleeping with a man to say that I'm done with the other man.
Thank you.
Like, my life is literally dictated by a man. Oh yes, Letitia's making some bread, and it's risen.
It has. Time to go in the oven. Jeez. She looks so cute.
She does look cute.
Thank you.
And she's gonna be eaten.
Yeah. Has to be baked first and then eaten.
And then eaten. So yeah. Then there's still a Kody Pass with Robyn and Kody and talking about Janelle. And she again, okay, Meri's not gonna work, so then let me try because there's still maybe some hope with Janelle. So like she wants to push the Janelle narrative now. And it's like, first of all, I am gonna have some feelings about Janelle in her leaving
I
him.
have some feelings about her too.
I think we're on the same wavelength here. We'll get to it, but I'm just like, if they're not together, they have this nasty fight at the end of the day. I've never heard her say "fuck you" to Kody before. I think we're done. You know, like I think we've reached a point of no return,
Right.
and
We have, absolutely.
she still wants to push this for what? She's
What
a
are we pushing?
selfish
We're done.
human being.
Oh, absolutely.
She's selfish. She's selfish when it comes to Meri. She's selfish when it comes, and even this, we'll get to the baby sprinkle, which I've definitely heard, but for some reason this really annoyed me. Just like, stop pushing this narrative with Janelle because like
Thank
it's
you.
not gonna happen. You're not gonna have your sister wives, sitting on the deck
I
somewhere and
wanted to sit on the floor
with my
with my
sister
sister
wives.
was. Shut up,
Shut
girl.
up. Um, so yeah, so with Robyn, someone oh yeah, she's like, I feel like an idiot who cannot let it go. Yes,
You
you
are
are
an
the
idiot.
idiot who can't let it go. You're the idiot who
You're
is
the idiot that got
holding
left
on to
behind.
this. You're the idiot that's still in this with him. You're the idiot. You are the class idiot. Sorry, not sorry. Like it's just anyway. So then he starts talking about his family dynamics with him, and he feels excommunicated from his own family. Sir, you kind of excommunicated yourself?
He did this to himself. So what the actual heck?
And they followed suit.
Thank you.
So,
You didn't want them.
yeah, we're going to talk about Maddie in a minute because I'm just going to go in order here. We'll talk about Maddie in a minute.
Yeah.
This baby sprinkle. Now, I've definitely heard the term a baby sprinkle if you know, if you haven't had, if you're just not your first kid, you're
Right.
having a sprinkle.
Right.
Eh, fine. I don't care about that. It just annoyed me coming from Christine for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. Because she kept saying it. And then the theme, fine, gambling, whatever. I don't care. That bothered me too, though, because she kept talking about it's a gamble. It's a gamble. Them coming here, it's a gamble. How we're gonna be like, it's a gamble. Yeah, they're gambling on us. I'm like, Christine, please,
Shut up.
shut up. I'm begging. Please stop. And I do like that she was able to have the realization that this is not about her.
Right.
This is about Mykelti and Tony.
Yeah.
Great that you came to that realization. But then she still talks about it's a gamble. It's a gamble. It's like, shut up. And
No, hold on a second. I read something that I don't know if it's true, but I was reading something along the lines of Robyn and Mykelti no longer speak.
that's recent. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some issues with Mykelti with both of them, yeah. I don't know what the issues are, I didn't read it, but
Okay.
yeah, there's some issues. But I mean, eventually it was gonna happen. I know Mykelti, she, you know, she was going about this in the best way that she could,
Yeah.
but it was bound to happen because the issues aren't with the rest of the family,
Right.
it's with Kody
Yeah.
and an extension, Robyn.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think the other thing too that pissed me off about all three of these grown ass adults is, I mean, I can maybe understand Kody feeling a little bit uncomfortable because he hasn't seen Christine in a year. She hasn't seen him. So I can
Right.
understand that maybe he's going to be a little bit uncomfortable. I can also understand Christine being a little bit uncomfortable as well. This was their marriage that fell apart. I get all of that. But
Yeah.
Christine, you could have just said, because he at least said hello collectively to everybody and then said his individual hellos to whoever. You could have just said hi.
Yeah.
That's it. Great,
That's
you're
it.
here. whatever. That's it. Her being like, I'm not going to go up to them and be like, how are you? How are things? Because that
I'm
would
not
be
gonna be
disingenuous.
friendly.
No one said you had to ask them how they were.
Oh my
How's
God.
life? No one had to, you didn't have to do any of that. You could have just said a simple, hi, it's great that you're here to support your daughter. Done.
Exactly. Keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple, stupid. It's fine. But she has to make this big thing out of it. And then with Robyn didn't get the memo. This has nothing to do with her though, because she's like, I don't want to like go over there and say hi to her because she said she didn't want a relationship with me and my kids. So like I'm not gonna go over there and like push myself onto her. Like it does take two to have again, Robyn, similarly to Christine, all you don't have to you saying hello to somebody that you spent the last however many years now, 14, 15 years with, doesn't mean that you don't go over there and just say hi. Just
Yeah.
that doesn't
Let's
you
say
just
all you have to do is say hi and get it over with. Hi. Great.
hi. You know what? And you probably will feel better about for it too.
Yeah.
All of you.
Like
But it just
we acknowledge
yes.
each other, and that's fine. Great. Move on.
And it's not awkward.
Yeah.
Like I just I know sometimes that's not an easy thing, but just try.
Yeah.
So Kody kind of talks about the fact that like, Robyn, he appreciates the fact that she will say all the things that he needs to hear to make him feel better and all of that. But he's like, I don't always believe, which I get. He doesn't always believe that. Sometimes he doesn't like what he sees in the mirror. Basically, he hates himself.
But it's
He
his fault.
but it is his fault. And the thing is, it's like, yes, maybe you didn't say the words divorce to Christine, but the minute you literally say you don't want to be in an intimate relationship with somebody,
Then we're done.
that's the catalyst. Because he's
It's
like
the
my
life
he
and it did me.
oh my God, when they play that scene, I'm so happy every single time they play that scene. Every single time. You have no idea. I got a giggly. I love it every single time. I watched this episode twice. Watched it just now to prepare for this for the recording. And every time I'm just like the knife in the kidneys. All the
You put
sacrifices
the
I
knife there.
made
You put the knife there yourself.
to love you. That's so good.
Oh my God.
Oh, the acting was mwah.
Like
Best scene, Kody.
I'm convinced that he just doesn't know what he's done to these women.
No, he's incapable of doing that because he's a narcissist.
That part.
So that's the problem. A narcissist, it's funny, I actually had a conversation with my boss yesterday talking about though presidents that we won't use by name. Um, but we were talking about that and saying narcissists can't pick out when they've done something wrong. They're
Mm-hmm.
incapable. So, but he's, I can understand if he feels depressed. He feels like he's failed. Fine. But you could have like done better. This was your family. These were your wives. And it's like the new shiny toy comes in and you're just like, fuck these girls. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Here's Robyn. Because she was 30 years old, 10 years your junior. She's fun and exciting. Like, that's basically what happened. Typical man. Sorry, I should have said that in Molly's voice. Typical man. Anyway, so but yeah, he says he feels rejected. Um, and then he kind of talks about the wives talking ill of him publicly. So if they're saying things publicly, they must be saying things to the kids. And Christine denies that. Here's what I'm going to say. I actually believe him or understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
Here's why. Because she may not be saying things to her kids in private, but do you not think that the kids, especially the adult kids, because okay, sorry guys, we had to take a pause because people still call your house line. Okay, we're gonna try this again because apparently my cell phone is Grand Central Station. So
You're
what
very
was
popular.
oh, I don't want to be. What was I saying? Okay. Yeah. So I believe that even if the wives, in particular, I'm going to say Christine, and Janelle are talking badly on Kody in public, your adult
Yeah,
children are still going to see this. Your,
absolutely.
I mean, Christine's youngest is what, 13, 14? I don't even know how old she is now.
She's
Jan-
something.
yeah, and Janelle's youngest is like she's a teenager. She was
Yeah.
like 16 or 17 a couple seasons ago.
Yep.
So, like, your kids are grown and are
Yep.
going to see whatever you're saying about their father. So it doesn't matter what you're saying in private.
Exactly. They're still
So,
gonna they can read.
exactly.
They go to public school, so so people are gonna come out and say things.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So, like, I don't, I understand what he's saying. So we do find out that Maddie is pregnant. I completely forgot that she was pregnant. She had the baby earlier this year, anyways. Or no, that's not right, because this was filmed in the end of 2022.
So she had the baby last year.
She had the baby last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, because I think Mykelti had like her kids, her youngest ones now, I think are going to be turning 2 this year. Yeah, that makes
Hmm.
sense. So
Yeah.
yeah, she was pregnant with her third, and Christine Christine needs to butt out of Janelle and Kody's situation. I think
That
this is
part.
the best time that we can start talking about that. Because she'll say things like, "Oh, I really hope she doesn't build on the on Coyote Pass. Like I really hope, because I feel like she's not like having like that conversation she needs to have with him to to really end this relationship. Mind your business. Let Janelle figure this out in the way Janelle needs to figure this out. You did it your way. Janelle's
Let
going
her
to
do
do
it
it
her
her
way.
way.
Yeah.
Meri did it her way, even though her way took 10 years. She still did it her way. Okay.
Exactly.
I feel like Christine needs to ensure that she has her friend, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. She's looking for a friend because she doesn't have. In my personal opinion, I don't think she has probably much friends outside of what she already knows.
A lot of
So
them
she's
lost a lot of friends when they came out.
right. So she still wants to hold on to that friend or that sister wife.
Yeah. And it's I feel it's kind of reminds me this dynamic. Like I'm not saying it's as extreme as this, but it feels like the dynamic of Sophie's life. She has Rob, she has Kay. Both sides of these people are manipulative and narcissistic and only care about what they want and what they need. That's Janelle's life.
Yeah.
Again, not as extreme. But I do think Janelle has some wits about her. But she has a Kody, she has a Christine who really truly only care about themselves. I'm not saying
Yeah.
Christine is a narcissist, but she is selfish. This isn't about you. This is she had a marriage with Kody. Let her figure that out in whatever
I,
way she needs to.
I agree.
And I do believe Janelle is following behind Christine like a sick puppy. I agreed with Kody on that as well. Because when he hears that they moved Isabel and that Janelle was there as well, he
Mm-hmm.
laughs at it because, and I get why he's laughing at it because, like, how the tables have turned.
Oh
These
yeah.
women couldn't even be in the same room with each other when they were all married to the same man. Now,
But
over
all of a
time,
sudden,
yeah. And I don't even think this really, Christine even says the relationship didn't develop into a friendship until maybe a year or two prior to her leaving Kody. So
right.
we're talking 30 or so years of you people living together in a marriage and you didn't get along.
Yep.
And now you want to act all buddy buddy with each other.
Yep. That part.
it's so weird to
Makes
me.
no fucking sense. Yep, absolutely.
Now, do I think that Janelle reasons for leaving him make sense? Yes. I
Yes.
understand what you're saying, but in the middle of like Gabe and Garrison not abiding by the rules, you still stood behind your husband
Yep.
despite the fact that you didn't agree with him.
Yep.
So which is it?
Yep. Like, what do you want, bitch?
Like I'm confused by it all because
Mm-hmm.
like you're here one second, you're here the next. Which is it?
Which is it? Exactly. I agree. Like, what is it? Like, what do you want?
If you want to stay with him, stay with him. If
Yeah.
you don't want to stay with him, fine, don't stay with him. Do I
Right.
think you need to have that conversation with him? Sure. Having these mini conversations about where you guys stand isn't enough. I do think you need to put your big girl panties on and do what Christine and Meri did. And you're not doing that. That is the difference
Exactly.
between Meri and Christine.
Yep.
You need to have that conversation.
Yep.
But I think she needs to figure out what she wants separate from him. Do
Yeah.
I think she doesn't think about him constantly? Potentially. Do I think that she doesn't miss him? Sure, potentially. But I also can see a world where she's lying about that. So I don't know.
Yeah. But she's like, I don't really miss Kody, bitch.
If you don't, you don't. But then maybe this is her journey to figure out like whether or not she's really out of this. But again,
Right.
that's her journey, not Christine's.
Exactly. Let her do what she has to do on her own.
You did what you had to do. Let her do what she needs to do.
Exactly.
Um, so when it comes down to when they kind of bring up Maddie and Kody's relationship, and Maddie
Right.
saying that she kind of needs that consistency in her relationship with her father and in turn Robyn. And she doesn't have that, so she's cut them out. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
We don't hear from her very much. I think we did hear a little bit from her last season, but we don't hear from her much on that topic. But
Right.
when they talk to Kody about it, he's like, I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
I can construe that in two ways. Either he just doesn't give a shit and doesn't want to talk about it, or he's hurt by it and doesn't want to talk about it, which is possible.
Yeah, very.
And Robyn, the first half of what she said, I was with her. She's like, I don't understand why he doesn't make more of an effort. He should make more of an effort with his
Yep.
children and having a relationship with his children. But then she says the second half, and I'm like, not with you.
Which I don't agree with.
She literally says, but the children also need to make that
No,
effort.
they don't. No, they do not.
They are, yes, adults, but they are his children. And I'm a firm believer. Yes, the children need to make the effort, but I'm a firm believer that he needs to make the first move.
Yeah, he does.
And you need to keep that move consistent. And
Yep.
then I will do my best.
Yep.
Then the healing can happen. If he's not even making the first move, the healing isn't going to happen.
Yep.
So, and that triggered me when she said that because I'm like, that was my world. Like, people are being consistent in my family,
Yep.
but I'm expected to be the one to make the amendment. No,
No, it's not happening.
you need to put some work into that too. Make me
Exactly.
think like you actually want a relationship.
Yep.
Um, so Kody, poor Kody, he suffers with FOMO, fear of missing out, y'all. And he feels like he's being excluded as a punishment. Now, on two sides of this coin, I'm like, okay, you having your fear of missing out is on you, sir. On the other side of it, though, I'm like, yeah, it's a punishment. They're 100% punishing you. And I don't know what you do about that. Like, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Do I care or do I not care? Do I feel bad for him or do I not feel bad for him?
I
I
personally
feel
don't.
nothing.
I don't either. I don't feel anything for him.
No, because it's like, again, you were part of the problem. You were the biggest part. You know, you not even part of it. You are the problem.
You are the problem, sir.
Like, then you gotta fix it.
Yeah.
So Mary's basically like talking about the fact that about him saying he doesn't love her and everything like that, and basically rewriting history. And she's like, why pretend like me and you did not start this family? Is it because that Robyn was 10 or 12 at the time? When she
Oh,
said that, I'm like, oh, my girl's
yeah.
come to play.
Shots fired.
Right. I'm like, girl. And I'm like, yeah, that is why.
That is exactly why.
That is why.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's exactly it, because can't marry a 10-year-old. That would be,
Exactly.
that would be bad. But I feel like if he could have, he definitely would have.
Absolutely.
If he knew Robyn. I don't think they did, but yeah. It's mess. And it's, again, just we've talked about it, just not not making what they had serious, rewriting the history.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that's kind of said towards the end here is Kody has now decided that polygamy isn't um good for women. Like, it's not for women. It's not to benefit them. Now,
Oh God.
despite your views and thoughts on polygamy, it's neither here nor there. This is what
Yeah.
they believe in, fine. But I thought the whole purpose of the sister wife dynamic is that it's supposed to be beneficial for the women. That's what I hear on this show. It's what you hear on Seeking Sister Wife. That's what you hear. It's supposed to be beneficial for the women.
Yeah.
So now he's trying to say it's not really beneficial for the women and it's not good for them. And Meri says, is it that polygamy isn't good for women, or is it that you
Yeah.
aren't
That
good
part.
for the women?
That part.
And he's like, listen, this was happening to me too. I was forced into this situation. I couldn't get out. I couldn't just walk away. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
So
no one,
sorry.
no one forced you into polygamy.
Right.
No one forced you to stay with these women. No one forced you to be with these women.
Yep.
If you wanted out, then you can be out.
Exactly.
And I feel like he has like that mentality of men, and I've dated men like this too, who are like, I'm not going to break up with the woman because I don't want to be looked like the bad guy. So I'm going to do everything in my power to make myself look bad to you so that way you break up with me.
Yeah.
It's a tactic. So it's just like, you could have left if you wanted to. You chose not to.
Exactly.
You seem to have been happy for the most part with these three women for 20 years before you met Robyn.
Yep.
Explain that to me. Doesn't make any sense. But that's basically that with this episode. Did you have anything you want us to add?
Um,
No.
when it comes to that nonsense, it's just like I don't know. Like I understand that we are far behind. Whatever it is, what it is.
Yeah.
But it's like it's mind blowing to me how all these women are. And it's also mind blowing to me how Kody doesn't want to take responsibility for any of the shit that he's caused.
None. And so he he literally says a line in this season that we haven't seen yet where he says, blame yourself for me not loving you.
That
Fuck off.
Like, are you
God. Like, you cannot make this shit up.
Like, how does that work?
I'm supposed to blame so it's my fault that you find me unlovable.
Exactly. Like, you're not taking the accountability of the shit you've caused.
I have more respect for you if you just say, I didn't love, well, not even so much I didn't love you, because that doesn't make sense for someone who's been with someone for 30 years, that I don't love you anymore, than trying to push blame on everybody else.
That's one thing. Stop putting blame on everybody else and put some blame on yourself for causing this issue, for causing the mess, for causing 3 marriages to go down the drain.
The one thing that I will say, because obviously this is in reference to Meri, that comment was in reference to her. The one thing I will give him partially, because I'm going to discount myself very soon. Potentially the whole cheating, quote unquote, scandal that happened could have been the catalyst for their breakdown of their relationship.
Fine.
But she says and he says that the marriage is starting to break down when they moved to Vegas.
Yeah.
That scandal did not happen when they first moved to Vegas. So then how is it her fault?
Exactly.
And you were giving her false hopes. Why did you do that?
Gave her real false hope.
To play mind games with her? Like, it's ridiculous.
Exactly.
But it's like with this episode, there's obviously the Kody we all know and love is still in there. But it makes me feel like a little sorry for him, just a tiny bit. And then you hear him say shit like that, and it's like, oh, there you are. Okay. Never mind. I don't feel bad for you anymore because you're an ass. Well,
Exactly.
that's that. That's that episode. I have nothing else to add to it, but you're gonna stick around with this shit show.
Let's see what else is gonna happen this season.
Yeah. And maybe I'll get you on a B90 because
Can we just talk about that real quick? I know this is a whole different subject, but I'm sorry. That girl,
let the chicken live.
You eat chicken.
Bitch.
You eat the chicken. So what do you mean, let the chicken live?
When she
chickens
said
are like family.
when
If
this
chickens are like family, why are you eating them?
when this bitch said when his sister asked, "Do you eat chicken?" My bitch is like, "Yes."
Yeah.
I'm like, wait. When she said that, my brain exploded. I'm like, wait a minute. So she's literally the sharks in Finding Nemo. Fish are friends, not food. And then all of a sudden, Bruce is like, fuck that. That's chickens are friends. But I'm still gonna eat them.
I
Let the chickens live. The sniff. Don't forget the sniff.
And the eyeballs. Like, bro. Oh my God.
And your celibacy. She can't even say celibacy.
And let's talk quickly about Tiger Lily or whatever her name is.
Fuck. Oh my God, I can't.
I've never seen someone so stupid in my life.
Oh my God. What do you mean that I think it's so cute. Like in the next episode, she's like, I think it's so cute that he's controlling. What?
But you didn't like being controlled by your husband. So what are you talking about?
He says that I have to cover up. My ex told me that I had to like wear scantily clad stuff because he wanted me to look like a trophy wife. But like, and Adnan is the opposite of that. So like, he loves me.
Hey.
Her only friends Letitia, her only friends are service providers. Service provider.
She can't even be left alone with the man.
No. At first I thought he was gay.
Me too.
He's not. He's watching, he's dating the other chick. That him and her are together.
Yep.
But then if he's with her, then he doesn't need Tiger Lily.
Thank you.
I can't say Tiger Lily with a straight face.
I don't know who named her.
That's not her first, like her actual name. She's
What the
changed
hell
it
is her
legally.
name?
It's her legally, that is her name. But she changed her name. I'll say
What is her name?
I think she says it in this post that she did. I think I still have it on my phone here. Basically, so she said, because people are questioning whether or not, because it looks good. It's risen.
It's finished.
Yeah, because people are questioning whether or not Tiger Lily's her actual name, because for those people who watch Peter Pan know that there's a character there named Tiger Lily. So we're like, what's happening here? So this is what she said. Yes, my legal name is Tiger Lily. I was born with a Japanese name, Mariko. I think that's how you say it. But changed it later in life. She says, here's the reasons. Reason number 1, it means something derogatory in another language. Number 2, the person who named me poisoned, killed, and stole from someone that I care deeply about. Reason 3, I'm all about freedom and think we should pick our own names. So that's why she changed her name to Tiger Lily.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, she's a character. Down $26,000 on a watch, and I'm just like, I've like it's nothing.
That had to be for the show, because I'm just like, you cannot.
I mean, it definitely was for the show, but my girl says she has money.
But that's what you choose to spend your money on foolishly?
If you have a lot of money.
That's like fucked.
Yeah, well. And then who else do we have? I mean, honestly, Renee is gonna give because she's batshit. And who decided to spell her name that way? Because that's how you spell rain. Like, I just okay. Anyway, who else is there? I can't remember. Oh, Lauren and Faith. That's the guy who wants a lady boy. Yep. Yep.
Let me sit down for this one real quick. Watch out. Okay, so now I have some issues. And I have some concerns.
Okay.
Ay, ay, ay. So this individual, I'm sorry, but you're cooking and exercising in a fucking kitchen. I mean, in the bathroom. And you're trying your best to cook cuisines that are, from
the Philippines
and Asian culture. And then you're going to sit down there and say, oh, the shell takes quite a bit to chew.
See, I don't understand because I don't eat shrimp, but I think
I love shrimp.
The common sense in me says, aren't you supposed to take it out the shell before you eat it?
So some cultures eat everything, the whole shell.
Yeah, I understand.
Like some people peel it. Now, you would think that he would have the common sense just to fucking peel it and shove it down his throat, but no, you gotta cook and exercise with your hairy chest.
Oh,
in the
I didn't even think
bathroom.
about that. The hair could fall off his chest.
And then on top of that, now, you don't even have a job. On top of that, you're living from house to house. Your house varies from where
On
you
top
live.
of that, he's sleeping with said owners of those houses. On top
Well,
of that,
he definitely can't live there for free, so he gotta give up a piece of ass to fucking live there.
on top of that, he has no money to buy lingerie for his girlfriend. So he asks his ex-girlfriend to buy lingerie for her.
Yep.
And on top of that, he buys rings for $50 because that's all he can afford.
But he doesn't want to be in a
Monogamous relationship.
relationship.
But Faith didn't get that memo.
But and then you also went down to the Philippines with the intentions of living there, and you have about 45 American dollars in your pocket?
What the fuck is that supposed to do?
What the fuck are you doing?
Because he has no money. Working as an assistant, drag queen's assistant, is clearly not going to have that much.
Well, maybe if he gave up his booty hole a little bit more,
Shit.
he would get a little bit more money. But the fact that you're homeless, you're fucking your manager and other people.
What? Did I miss something?
Tika, he stays at his friend's house. He also sometimes
Yes.
lives at his manager's house.
Oh,
You think your manager is not tapping that ass? That manager is tapping that ass. Because you cannot just come and live in my house and stay a night or two without giving up some ass or paying fucking rent in my place. It's either you pay rent or you give me some ass. So spread them cheeks and lubricate up and let me do what I gotta do. Because clearly he's doing the bending. So...
Yeah, because he wants a penis. He would prefer a female penis because they smell and taste better. But I don't know. I've only had male penises, so
you and me both, girl.
I can't speak to that.
I can't. Oh God. I just can't.
Do you want to hear the other thing? Do you want to hear the other thing? The thing that has not been brought up on the show?
What?
I did say this on another episode, but Lauren was married and he has 2 kids. Yep.
Oh,
yep.
Yep. This season is going to be great.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. But going back to chitty, whatever.
Chitty, bang, bang. Yeah.
The one thing what I don't like is how TLC is making a mockery of how his vision is.
I literally said that. I'm like, I am sick
That's
of this
pissing me off.
Because it's the same thing with David with the deaf thing. I know you watched Love After Lockup too. Did you see the deaf girl? They did the same thing with her. That's what started this shit when they did it with her. And then they did it with David, and now they're doing it with Chitty.
It's not nice.
How is that supposed to make me realize what it's like to be blind? Because I can see the white screen.
Thank you. So you're not helping people. You're not helping people by showing anything. Stop making a mockery out of this person who is legally blind.
Yes. It's stupid.
Just stop.
It's constant.
And what I'm starting to notice, Tanika, is that they're doing this mainly to Black people.
But that's not true, though, because they did it with David, who was white.
Yes.
And then they did it with that white chick who was white.
Okay, but TLC has done this twice now. TLC has let Michael be abused.
Mm.
They've shown all of that shit. And if it was the other way around, it wouldn't fucking be shown.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm getting let's say, for example, this chicken girl here was in that type of situation. I guarantee you they wouldn't be doing that to her.
No.
So why do this to people of minority?
The thing is that kind of drives me nuts that I think even Angela didn't do. that I think even baby girl Lisa or Kimberly didn't do, but this one is doing.
Kimberly.
She literally keeps saying my Nigerian prince, my Nigerian prince. Like she's fetishizing Nigerian men, and not only that, but African men.
Yeah.
And listen, we all have our preference. I've said here on the podcast, my preference has always been African men. But I'm not necessarily fetishizing. It's not like I've necessarily seeked them out.
Right.
Me out. And we'll go accordingly, see if I like you. But if I don't like you, I don't like you. If I do, I do, whatever.
Right.
And we all have our preferences. But when you're literally being like my Nigerian prince, as a white woman, it just feels every time I hear her say it, it just makes me want to barf.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
But yeah, and then again, like if this man is literally saying, I do not want to have sex because my vow to God, you may not understand that because you believe in aliens, fine, and the
But
Illuminati.
respect his decision.
But especially because that is something that got him through
Yeah.
his disability, his ailment.
Yeah.
So that is what he needs to get by.
Yep.
You don't have to understand it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to, but you have to respect it. And it
Exactly.
again makes me think you're fetishizing this person because you probably just want to have some black dick. So that's all it comes down to. And it's like, okay, if you
Yep.
black dick, there's black men in America. You didn't have to go to this guy
Exactly.
who have no problems probably having sex.
Thank you. I'm sorry, but did you see the panties that she's bringing down there with it?
They're not that sexy, but they're soft and they have this little thing on the side that you can like touch. Bitch, it's granny panties. You're bringing granny panties to a sex party. No one wants to see granny panties, and they're not even like black or red. They're
They're
beige.
big.
They're beige. They're skin colored. Like I so
Right.
just,
Oh shit.
I just don't understand.
Neither do I. You
When
and I
this bitch
both.
says I have sexy underwear, I'm like, where?
To wear
Where?
with the crisscross holes in the mesh. Like,
I had underwear like that too that had the crisscross thingamajigger on the side, but it was silky and it still brought up my ass a bit. Those aren't gonna ride up your ass.
no, those are full on
Those are
period
granny
panties.
panties.
Granny panties, exactly.
I honestly take this from me. Men love nothing more than for you to take the underwear off, anyways. So
She could have got a crotchless panty.
yeah, like
Like at least spice it up a little bit. But no, my girl had to
granny
bring a whole
panties.
granny panty that is beige, and he can feel it.
It's soft.
Bitch, please.
Like
It's not even a silk.
no,
It's fucking cotton.
it's cotton.
Oh, fuck. Oh,
Oh my god.
this bitch.
Nuts. But
Oh, sorry. Quickly changing. Um, the one that comes on a Monday is the other way.
yeah.
I am so irritated with Tata and her husband.
James.
Tata don't have no damn sense. James has a little bit of sense.
You think?
Because I'm saying a little bit.
None of these idiots have sense.
They don't, but I'm giving him a little bit because at least he has the sense to be like, you know what? If shit's not going to work out here, I'm going back to America to go do what the fuck I gotta do. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm giving him that little bit of sense. Because why would I stay and suffer and make zero money knowing at the back of my head I have shit to take care of back home in America? Car payment, whatever the case may be, then and if I'm not making any money here, because the money that I'm making here is not going to be shit in America.
I don't think they're making any money.
They're not. So then I need to go back home.
Yeah.
Because life is not going to be okay for us down here. And then on top of that, you want to have children. You want to have a child. Bitch, where's the money? Sorry. Where's the money going to come from to raise said child? You want to be a burden on your parents again and have to kiss your mom's feet or lick your mom's feet all over again?
Listen, that whole
Like, come on. Stop forcing this man to have a child. I agree that they should have had a conversation. He should have had a conversation with her, about having children. That's a conversation that should have been had. But what I'm saying is, Tata needs to stop forcing to have children with this man when the two of you can't even afford to do half the shit y'all need to do down there right now.
The one thing I'll say about that is if they came into this marriage, or she came into this marriage under the idea that they were one day going to have kids, but he's doing the switch up because the world sucks. Honey, the world sucked when you got married to her.
Thank you.
So
What's the
that's
difference
not
now?
exactly, that's not a reason to
That's not an
not
excuse.
have kids. And
Right.
I do believe, like, when he says, like, and would I be enough? No. If someone wants to have kids, I'm sorry. No, you're not, because you're now switching. You've moved the goalpost. So
Yep.
I can't get behind that. We don't know how much it costs to raise children in the Philippines. We don't live there.
Right.
We don't know what that's about. It's not like the child
Right.
won't have a roof over its head. It's not like this, because clearly, you know, her sister is figuring it out. She has kids, she has a marriage, whatever. I don't know what she
Exactly.
does, but, they are figuring it out. They can
Yep.
probably figure it out. She's young enough. They don't have to have kids right this second. She says, like, I want to know that, okay, fine, you want to settle in, great, but I want to know whether or not you want to have kids in the future. He can't tell her
Exactly.
that. So I don't think that matters where they live, whether it's in the Philippines, in the States. This man does not want to have kids.
No,
That's the
he
problem.
doesn't. Yeah.
And if you've
And
moved the goalposts, I'm out.
yeah. That should have been an open conversation that they needed to have, 100%.
And not have it with Adele. And you want to be upset that Adele said anything. It's like, you should have said something.
Exactly.
Why are you talking to her friend about the fact that you don't want to have kids?
Exactly.
Like,
He's wrong for doing that shit.
100%.
100% wrong for doing that type of fuckery. He should have never done that.
Yeah. But
Oh.
yeah, I'll get you on B90 for sure. Maybe next
Yeah.
week, or because, whew, oh boy,
Yep.
let the chicken live. Oh, snap, man, it's the sniff. Oh, fuck.
So stupid.
Anyway, thank you for coming on.
You welcome.
We'll figure out Sister Wives next week.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. Talk soon.
Talk to ya.
All right. Bye.
So if you like what you heard, please rate, review the podcast on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Also, don't forget that you can also share us with everyone in your life if you really love this. And I do want to read those reviews. I'm definitely getting 5-star ratings, but I want to read those reviews. So send me those reviews and I will read those 4 and 5-star reviews on the podcast. Also, we're on every one of your favorite podcast apps. Every one of them, including, you can find us on YouTube at Reality Tea Times 2. If you want to connect with us, you can do so by going to either Facebook or Instagram at Reality Tea Times 2. You can also find us on Twitter, TikTok, Reddit at Reality Tea Times 2 Pod. We also have our email, which is at realityteatimes2 at hotmail.com. Definitely want to hear from you guys. And we also have our new website where you can listen to all of these episodes. You can review the podcast on there as well. You can connect with me in any way, all the stuff. It's all there, and you can find me there at www.realitytimes2, all spelled out, .podpage.io. It's there. And don't forget, I also have my other podcast with my friend Mykelti, Next Take Podcast, where we talk about all kinds of different topics. But you can find us on any of your favorite podcast apps over there as well. Or you can also go to YouTube, and you go to Next Take Podcast, as well as our website, which is solo.to/Next Take Podcast. So yeah, there's that, and that's basically that. And again, don't forget, if all of this information is overwhelming, we do have all of the links, everything in our show notes. But that is it for now, guys. Thanks. Bye.